Hello and welcome back to another Keep Moving with Emily. I'm Emily, your adaptive fitness trainer helping you keep moving, and I'm so glad you joined me for another fun holiday themed workout where we're gonna get in a full body workout, working all those major muscle groups. We're gonna be working a little bit more on like muscular and cardiovascular endurance, so a little bit longer stretches as we do these exercises. It's gonna be great. You can do it seated or standing depending on how you are feeling today. So grab your weights, grab a chair, grab some water, and we're gonna get started with our body scan that's up on the screen. This is just a tool I like to use as a way to kind of check in with our bodies, see how we're feeling, let that inform us on how we need to maybe make some modifications, give ourselves permission to do it seated, or if we're feeling really good, challenge yourself and try it standing. So take a seat or stay standing, however you're feeling. Find that posture, sitting up nice and tall, core is engaged, sitting on the edge of our chair. We're gonna kind of check in from our head to our toes. So take a big breath in through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Perfect. All right, starting from our head to our toes, check in with your mood. How are you feeling today? Are you feeling stressed, overwhelmed, anxious? Whatever those feelings may be, exercise can help boost our mood. So hopefully by the end of the workout, you'll be feeling a little bit better, or you're just able to step away from the chaos of life for a little bit. Check in with your fatigue. How are we feeling? How did we sleep last night? I've got a little baby at home, and so sometimes he doesn't sleep great at night. So exercise can actually help improve our fatigue. So again, if you're feeling a little like sluggish, maybe by the end of the workout, you'll feel a little bit more energized. Check in with your cognition. How are we feeling mentally? Are we feeling clear? Are we feeling a little bit slow? Luckily, everything's gonna be written up on the screen so you can follow along really easily and not get lost in our workout. Good, as we head from our shoulders all the way down to our toes, check in with any pain, spasticity, tightness in those muscles. If we're having some balance issues today, give yourself permission to maybe use something to help you with balance if you want to do it standing, or give yourself permission to do it seated. Good. The last thing I like to do is just kind of set an intention. Why are you here? For me, it is just to get my body moving, and I am so glad that you are my workout buddy. So let's take a big breath in, reach those arms up to the sky, exhale it out. And we're gonna do a nice dynamic warm up. It's gonna be written up on the screen. So stay seated if you want, stand up if you'd like, and let's warm it up. All right, again, check in with your posture. If you're sitting on the edge of your chair, roll the shoulders down and back. We're gonna look from our right to our left. I like to inhale one direction, exhale the other direction. Again, if you wanna do it standing, you totally can. Dynamic warm-ups are where we move gently through all the moves. So no static holds. Our muscles aren't ready for that. Good, look up to the sky. Bring your chin to your chest. If you get that weird electric zing when you bend your neck forward, just bring your head back to neutral. Good, inhale up, exhale down. If you've taken a lot of my classes, you'll notice our warm-ups are the same, but you know what? We gotta warm up our body from our head to our toes in an effective way so our muscles are ready to go for our meat and potatoes of the workout. So, plus repetition's not a bad thing. Last one. Good, head back to neutral. Let's go for those shoulder rolls. I like to add in my elbows, just gives me better range of motion. If you're doing this standing, you can always shift your weight from side to side or side step. Again, if we're seated, we're sitting on the edge of our chair, check in with your core. I'll kind of give you those cues to check in with your posture, because sometimes we can slouch. So sit up nice and tall. Good, roll those shoulders forward. Good, it's gonna feel so good to get our bodies moving today. So glad you've joined me. If you've not yet subscribed, make sure you click that button. Good, shake out those arms. We're going for arm openers. Open up the arms nice and big, cross them over. I kind of like to add a little side step or a tap to the side. Maybe you shift your weight from side to side. Again, this is your workout, so whatever feels good to you, you do that. 3, 2, and 1. Arms out to the sides, tiny circles forward. Add in a knee march if you are able to. Good. Reverse the direction for those arm circles. I'm feeling this in my core and in my shoulders. We're connecting our brain to our body. This is so good. 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Okay, going for those spinal twists. I'm just reaching across the body, twisting at my core. Reach and twist. Good. Anytime we kind of cross over our body, it's connecting our brain in a really cool way. So throughout this whole workout, we're working our brain and our bodies. 3, 2, and 1. Moving on to reach over. So you can place your hand on your hip or place your forearm on your thigh. Just gonna reach it up and over. Woo, great way to wake up the body, especially if you've been sitting all day or just woke up, depending on when you are doing this workout. I love this one, it feels so good. Reach. Stretching those lats and those shoulders, obliques. 2 more. Here's 1. And 2. Beautiful. All right, for those of you standing, go ahead and take a seat unless you have great balance, because we're gonna do some knee hugs, and these ones are a little challenging. So you're gonna grab underneath that knee, pull the knee up, rotate in the ankle, point and flex the toe. If we're having some tightness in our hips, you can just pull up and release depending on your range of motion. Do a couple, then switch sides. Again, we're not holding for super long. I do about, I don't know, 3 to 5, depending on how I'm feeling, how tight my muscles are feeling. Again, we're just kind of warming up these muscles, prepping them, getting them ready for our fun workout, holiday themed workout. I'm still wearing red and green. Good, all right. And rest. We're going for some hamstring scoops. Extend 1 foot forward, heels on the ground, toes pointed up. I'm gonna reach down towards that toe, bring those arms up, and make a circle. Perfect. Reach and scoop. This is a really great move. If there's only one move to do to warm up the body, this is it. You get the hamstrings, you're getting a hinging motion, you're reaching up and opening up that chest. Really full body. 1 more. Good. And switch sides. Let's go. Hinge, scoop, reach, circle. Nice. You should start feeling that blood pumping. Good. Those muscles hopefully getting a little bit looser. Perfect. 1 more. All right. Finishing with our windmills. Legs are wide, arms are wide. We're gonna touch opposite hand to opposite shin, knee, ankle, doing a nice little spinal twist. Again, working our brain and our body as we touch opposite hand to that opposite side. If you're doing it standing, you're just kind of like shifting weight from side to side. Good. Couple more here. Yep. 2 more on each side. Here's 1. Last one on each side. Okay. All right. Hopefully we're feeling a little warm. I'm gonna put up our workout up on the screen. You're gonna kind of see what we're doing, and it's gonna be the same each round. We're just gonna be working different muscle groups or working cardio or working core. So if you're ready, grab some water, get those weights handy, get that chair ready, and let's move on to round number 1. All right, friends, here we go. Round number 1, we are working our upper body. Again, this can be done totally standing. I encourage you, if you're able to stand, standing is a great exercise, and we can do upper body work while standing, but if that doesn't work for you, take a seat. Okay, so upper body exercise. We're gonna be working those biceps first. Each exercise we're doing up on the screen for 1 minute. We're gonna rest for 20 seconds. So I'm gonna walk us through all the exercises. So when that timer starts, we move through these. So 21 biceps means 7 lower half bicep curls. So I'm going up halfway and down, and I'll count us. We'll go 7, then we're gonna go 7 here to the top, and then we're gonna finish with big full curls. And so essentially we'll be getting in 21 bicep curls, if not more. Then we got Arnold presses. This works our chest and our shoulders. So we're gonna grab those weights and we're gonna start here, wrist facing forward. We're gonna open, like you're opening a window, press it up and squeeze in that chest. Those are Arnold presses. Then we got rows to kick back. So for 20 seconds, we're gonna go right side, 20 seconds, we're gonna go left side. Final 20 seconds, we're gonna do both. So if we're standing, maybe I'm like leaning against my chair, or I'm just here, so we're gonna go here, row, kick it back. So we're working triceps and back, and then my other hand has the other weight, and then we're gonna go the other side, and then we're gonna do both. Again, if I'm seated, I can be here, and I'm holding both weights, just working one arm, then the other arm, kicking that arm straight back, and then both. Now, if this hurts our back, being bent over, we can sit up each time, like so, okay? And so those are our rows to a kickback. Again, working multiple muscle groups at the same time. Final one, it's gonna work our brain. Again, working our brain and our body. We're gonna go front raise, lateral raise, and then you're gonna go L raise L raise. Put that on repeat. You can do this with weights, without weights. Any of these exercises up on the screen, you can always drop the weights if they're getting too heavy, or just do body weight. So we're gonna get started in about 15 seconds. So grab those weights and let's go. All right, again, we're working for 60 seconds, resting for 20. Right now I'm gonna be using 8 pounds for bicep curls, but I might change it up for some other exercises. So if you're ready, roll those shoulders down and back, let's go. So we got 21 biceps. So 1, bottom half curls, 2, you can do this seated, 3, elbows tucked in, 4, again, only going up halfway, 5, good, 6, one more, 7, hold here, up to the tops of the shoulders, back down halfway, 1, good, 2, exhale as you curl it up, 3, 4, 5, woo, 6, final one, 7. All right, all the way down, all the way up. Let's go for 7, 6, you got it, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're just gonna alternate right, then left for the last 5 seconds. Keep it up, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Rest. I'm gonna drop my weights a little bit lower. Arnold presses can get a little tricky. Again, we start here, open and then press. Again, you can do this seated or standing. If we're seated, check in with that posture. We start in 3, 2, 1. Open and press. And then squeeze as you bring those elbows together. Good. Again, we're working multiple muscle groups. We're working our chest as we bring those elbows together. Opening with those shoulders, pressing up shoulders. Good, working a little bit of back and lots of range of motion. So, what I love about timed exercises like these is I can go at my own pace. I'm not shooting for a certain rep count. Sometimes I can feel a little overwhelming. If they start to get heavy, keep going. Maybe I go without weights. I'm still getting in the motion. I'm thinking about those muscles that I'm working. Good, if we're standing, core is engaged. Nice. We got about 10 seconds left. 60 seconds is no joke. Good. Oh, I feel the burn. Stick with it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo, rest. Good, hang on to these weights. We're going row to a kick back, right side for 20, left side for 20, then both for 20 seconds. So figure out which one you're doing, seated or standing. Again, we're hinged forward, core's tucked in, elbows are really close to our side. You ready? All right, right side first. Let's go. Row, kick it back. Good, I'm just hanging on to the other weight. If my back starts to hurt, I can stand up and go back. Nice. 10 seconds to go, and then we're switching sides. Again, I'm challenging your brain. One side at a time. Left side, let's go. Good. Again, maybe I'm sitting up. If I'm seated, I'm hinged forward. Same idea. Kind of looking at my toes so I'm not straining my neck. 8 seconds to go, and then we do both arms. Good, all right, let's go for both. Both arms extend. Pull those elbows up, extend it straight back. Nice. Good. Kick it back, we're working triceps. Back. Nice. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Nice, look, we're already on to our final exercise. Again, I'm dropping my weights to a lower weight. You can always do this without weights. Front raise, lateral raise, L raise, L raise, okay? Let's work that brain, let's work that body. Seated or standing, roll those shoulders down and back, engage in the core, begin. Front raise, up to those eyes and lower. Lateral raise, out and down. Now L raise, one arm comes forward, one arm comes to the side, switch. Good, front raise, both arms up and down, slow and controlled. You are controlling that weight as it comes up and down. Nice. You're halfway there. Keep it up, front. Lateral. L raise. then L raise. You got it. Woo, this one's no joke. You really got to think about what you're doing. This is keeping our brain engaged as we work the shoulders. Perfect. Again, we can do this seated. Check in with that posture. One more of each. Come on, L raise. And L raise. Woo, and rest. Nice job. Okay, drop those weights. We are going to move on. We'll work a little bit of cardio. So grab a swig of water. Exercises are coming up. Here we go. All right, here we go. Round number 2. We are going for cardio, kind of changing it up from strength to cardio. You got 4 exercises up on the screen, 60 seconds each, 20 seconds in between. We're starting with rope climbs. Again, this can be done seated or standing, depending on how you're doing. With rope climbs, we're reaching up, one arm at a time, reach and pull, reach and pull. Now you can incorporate lower body if we're standing. I can just do a little bit of a knee pump. I can march. I can move around my space or jog in place, whatever feels good to you. If our shoulders are starting to get tired, just reach and pull forward, like you're pulling in a rope, all right? Same idea, seated option. I can be marching, or I can do calf raises. Again, if my arms are starting to get tired, reach and pull. Then we got cherry pickers. Seated option, hands to sky, hands to hips, reach forward. If we're standing, hands to sky, hands to hips, mini squat, okay? Then we got jumping jacks. Arm can go up overhead. They can come in front. You can tap a foot to the side. Whichever version feels good to you. I might kind of do a combination of both. And then reaction drill, super fun. We're gonna be jogging in place. I might say up, you're gonna reach those arms up. I might say forward, wide, or down, and then I'm gonna add in some combos. So if you're ready, we're gonna get started in 15 seconds. Grab that water, let's go. All right, you decide, seated or standing. Again, we're working for 60 seconds, so working some cardiovascular endurance. Starting with a rope climb, let's go. So reach and pull. If I'm standing, I kind of like to do a little bit of like a pump. Maybe I'm marching, maybe I'm jogging in place, maybe I'm moving about my space. Great way to make it a little bit more dynamic. Again, if you're seated, reach and pull, reach and pull. Good, if arms get tired, I can always reach and pull forward, almost like a punch. Nice. 30 seconds to go. Anytime you reach hands up overhead, you're really gonna get that heart rate up there. So this is a great way to get that blood pumping. Let's go. Again, if your shoulders are starting to hurt, you can kind of do a little bit of punches or reach and pull. Come on, let's go, let's go. If you can incorporate that lower body, I encourage you to do so. 10 seconds to go. Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Cherry pickers are next. Standing option. If we reach those hands to the sky, hands to hips, as you squat, keep that head up. I don't want you bending over. You're gonna get dizzy. Or if you're seated, you're reaching forward instead of down. Again, I don't want you to be dizzy. Okay. We start in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Hands to the sky, hands to hips. Mini squat if we're standing. If we're seated, we reach it forward. Once you figure out the move, speed it up if you can, or you just stay a nice consistent pace. Good. Yes. We're working upper body, a little bit of lower body. You're gonna start feeling a little bit out of breath, maybe getting a little hot, a little sweaty. That's the whole idea of cardiovascular endurance. We're working our heart and our lungs. Come on. Keep it up, 20 seconds. Let's go. If you need to take a seat and do it seated for the last 10, no shame in that. Or you're here. Come on. We're working hard. 3, 2, 1. Rest. I'm gonna grab some water. Next one are jumping jacks, regular jacks, seal jacks, whatever feels good to you. This is the beauty of these workouts. Kind of get to make them your own. Incorporate that lower body if you want. We start in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So I can tap it, foot to the side. I can go forward, a little bit of a seal jack. Good. If you want to go hardcore, Awesome, go for it. If we're seated, maybe I tap a foot, a heel to the side, or a heel forward, or a knee, or a mirror. Nice. Sometimes I like to do one overhead, one in front. Again, this is your workout. We're halfway there. Come on. If you want to speed it up, go for it. If you want to go forwards and backwards, go for it. Come on. I like seal jacks. These ones feel good too. A little bit of chest, saves my shoulders. 10 seconds left. Come on. Or you go for speed jacks. Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo, inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. All right, final one, reaction drill. I'm gonna start jogging right now. I'm just pumping those arms. I'm gonna start off easy, and then it's gonna get harder. I'm working your brain as we work that body. So this is our, starting position. Okay. All right, let's do this. Up, as quick as you can, back to this jog. Forward, good, wide, down, reach it down. All right, forward, wide. Perfect. Up, forward, wide. If you mess up, just keep moving. Up, down, forward, wide. Good. Wide up, wide, forward, wide, down. Woo! Come on. Forward, wide, up, wide. I really have to think about these. Up, down, forward, wide, forward, wide. Forward, wide. If you have to say it out loud, go for it. Wide forward, wide up, wide forward. I might have done that one wrong. That's okay. Keep going. Up, wide, wide, forward, forward. Wide, forward, forward. Jog it out. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Grab some water. We're moving on to lower body. Let's go. All right, here we are. Lower body exercises, 4 exercises, 60 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest, seated or standing with or without weights, depending on the exercise and depending on how we're feeling. We're towards the end of our workout, so we might be feeling a little bit more fatigued, so listen to your body. We've got sit to stands or leg extensions. So obviously we're gonna sit down, stand up for 60 seconds. You can hold on to a weight if you want it more dynamic and more difficult. For those of us seated, we're just doing alternating leg raises, lifting that toe, squeezing in the quad. All right, next exercise is a deadlift. That means we're working our hamstrings. And so what that can look like is if we're seated, I have my feet extended out in front of me. I can use weights or no weights. I'm hinging forward, bring my chest towards my thighs. I'm gonna feel a nice stretch in those hamstrings, and I'm gonna push through those heels as I sit up. So we're gonna be here and push. You can also do a hamstring curl or push and pull yourself forwards and backwards if you have a walker or if you have a desk chair for that seated option, because we're working our hamstrings. So again, maybe we're hinging or curling or pushing and pulling, okay? For those of us standing, a couple of options. You can have weights or no weights, and I'm just hinging forward, bringing those weights down towards those knees, squeezing the glutes and standing. With or without weights, again, I'm feeling in the hamstring, squeezing the glutes as I stand. Maybe I don't use weights, but I just use a chair and I touch that chair and up and squeeze, and up and squeeze. That's a really great option as well. Again, with or without weights. So figure out which version you want to do. We got calf raises. We're just coming up onto those toes and down to those heels. I can rock back up on my toes. If you want to do a few single leg, you can do it seated, you can do it standing. If we're standing, you can hang on to something for a little bit of balance. Final one is that squat tap. So we're just, again, hanging onto a wall or a countertop, tapping the foot to the side. I'll let you know when halfway is if you want to do one side and then the other side. If we're seated, we're just tapping that foot to the side, or I'm physically lifting that leg, or I can do some clamshells using my hands as resistance. We're working those hips, glutes, inner thighs. So those are our lower body workouts. When you're ready. If you're ready, we're gonna take a big breath in, big breath out. We're gonna be starting in about 15 seconds. Let's go. Sit to stands are first. I'm gonna do these I'm gonna hold on to a weight. I'm gonna make it a little bit more challenging. Sit to stand or those leg extensions with or without weights. You ready? Let's go. So I'm just holding that weight kind of to my chest, standing up, pushing through those heels, and coming down. Now, obviously, if you need to hang on to something for balance, please do not hold a weight. Hold on to your chair, your walker, your countertop, pushing through those heels. As I stand, I'm exhaling out. If I'm seated, I'm doing those leg extensions, lifting the toes, squeezing in the quad. We're halfway there. Think about the muscles, quads, tops of those legs, glutes, hamstrings, core is nice and strong too. Good. Pushing through those heels, controlling the weight up and down. Let's go, 10 seconds left. Then we're gonna move on to our next exercise, those deadlifts. 3, 2, and 1. Nice. If you want to use weights, go for it. If you're going to do that seated version, again, your legs are extended, hinging forward, or you're doing those hamstring curls, or you're doing the push and pull. For those of us standing, my weights are to my side. I'm going to roll those shoulders down and back. Again, I'm hinging forward. Let those weights drag down to those knees, squeeze in the glutes and stand. Let's go. I also kind of like the idea of like bringing those weights to those knees, squeezing the glutes and stand, keeping my back flat. If we're not using weights, maybe we're just leaning and touching a chair. That works too. If you do not feel this in the back of your leg, those hamstrings, or your glutes, you feel it in your back, it's probably because your back is rounded. So keep that back nice and flat. I don't have to go as far forward, very far forward for me to feel it in my glutes and my hamstrings. My feet are shoulder width apart. Slight bend in those knees. Come on. 20 seconds left. Keep working. If we're seated, we're doing that hamstring curl or deadlifts like this. We're pushing and pulling. 10 seconds left. Keep breathing. Keep moving. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Good. We got calf raises. Seated or standing. Feel free to go for some single leg. Maybe do 5 on one side, 5 on the other, and 2. Again, this is your workout. Please hang on to something if you need it for balance. If we're seated, check in with that posture. Ready? Begin. So I think I'm gonna do 5 together, and then 5 right leg, which is my challenging side. Up onto that toe, and then we switch sides. Ooh, this challenges your balance. Good. Keep working, or we're just coming up onto those toes and rocking back onto the heels. If we're seated, same idea. The bottom half of our leg and the back of our bottom part of our leg helps us with our walking. So this is a really important exercise that we want to make sure we do. Okay? Again, hang on to something if you need it. Good. This right leg is still really weak, and I need to work it. This is why we're here. 5 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Final one is those squat taps. Tap it to the side, bring it back to the center. Another option, if we're standing, you can kind of shift weight from side to side. Do a side step, hang onto a chair. Seated, if you need to physically lift or do clamshells, go for it. We start in 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna go one side for 30 seconds and then the other side. You're welcome to do this, or you're doing alternating. It's up to you. Your workout. Just think, this is our final round of strength, and then we're moving on to core, and then we're calling it a day. 10 more seconds here. When we do single side, for 30 seconds, you feel a burn in this leg that's stabilized and the leg that's working. Other side. I'm in a little bit of a squat, like a little bit of a bend. Hang on to something if you need it. Let's go. Inner thigh, outer thigh, glutes are working, even if we're seated, even if we're physically lifting. Good. We're just changing the position of that hip. Come on, we're almost finished. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Boom, rest. Grab a weight, take a seat. We're finishing with core. Nice job. All right, exercises are up on this screen. We've got 4 core exercises, starting with starfish. Feet are together. We're gonna touch those shins or ankles, and then we're gonna lean back, make a big Y. Notice I'm not like leaning and looking up. That is not the point. We're coming down, leaning back slightly, like a half crunch, arms open, and then we're gonna exhale, crunch, bend forward, touch those shins, okay? So those are our starfish. If you'd like a little bit more, you're gonna hinge forward, incorporate lower body into like a jumping jack, a little cardio core. Then you're gonna grab one weight, if that feels good to you. We're gonna inhale back, touch those shoulder blades to the back of our chair. Exhale, elbows to knees. If you want a little more, you can reach that weight forward. All right, again, 60 seconds of work. Then we've got penguins. You can do this with both weights, leaning from side to side, no weight at all. It's up to you. Leaning from side to side. If you want to stand up and drag that weight down the side of your leg, that works too. We don't have much time in between these, so just keep that in mind. And then our final one is bicycles. So we don't need weights for this one. We can go opposite elbow, opposite knee. I can go opposite hand, opposite shin, or twist, or back to that windmill, all right? Those are our 4 exercises. We're working for 60 seconds, quick rests in between, and then we will stretch it out and call it a day. So we're gonna start in 15 seconds. I'm starting with those starfishes up on the screen. Again, feet are together. We're gonna hinge forward. Then to make that Y, incorporate that lower body if you want. Here we go, final 4 minutes of work. Let's go, 3, 2, 1, begin. Inhale down. Good, exhale as we come down. Inhale as we open, good. I'm using that breath as I crunch, good. I like to incorporate lower body. Again, we're going slow and controlled. We're only going halfway. Exhale. Nice. You got 30 seconds. Keep it up. Crunch. Exhale. Squeeze those abdominal muscles. 20 seconds. I like this song. The music gets crazy. Let's go. We got to keep moving. Yep. 10 seconds left. Core, no joke. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo, rest. Nice job. Grab your weight. All right, you ready? Sit on the edge of your chair. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Elbows to knees. Now, if you want it more challenging, you're gonna reach that weight forward, pull that weight back to your chest and lean back. Give it a try. See how challenging that is. If that works for you, stay here. If that's too much, hold that weight to your chest, elbows to knees. Again, we're gonna inhale back, exhale forward. Perfect. Keep it up. Stay strong, my friends. You're more than halfway done for this whole thing, you know? We got 20 seconds left. I'm gonna reach those arms forward, work the, you know, shoulders, triceps, chest, a little bit more. Stay strong. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. All right, we got penguins. Again, with or without weights, we're leaning from side to side, or if you want to do it standing, stand up, legs are wide, core is engaged, and I'm just leaning from side to side. Notice I'm not pulling that weight up. My arms stay straight the whole time. Good. You're gonna feel this in those obliques, these side abdominal muscles. I don't have to lean too far to the side to feel them engage. Good. Keep going. If we're seated, we're just leaning from side to side as if I dropped keys. If you slow down the exercise, woo, you feel the muscles even more. So we are not going for speed. Good. When we speed things up, the muscles don't really have an opportunity to like do what they're supposed to be doing for these exercises, which then sort of defeats the purpose. Good, you're almost done. 5, 4, stay strong, 3, 2, woo, and 1, rest. Good. Final one is those bicycles. Take a seat if you're standing, opposite elbow to opposite knee, or shin touching, or I'm doing that windmill. Let's go. So, option, option, or we're touching like a nice little windmill, touching opposite hand to the opposite shin. I'm sitting up nice and tall each time. Again, not going for speed. I kind of like to touch my shin as I lift my leg. I can feel it like a little bit more than just elbow to knee, but that's up to you. We're halfway there, 30 seconds left. Then we're stretching and calling it a day. Stay strong, my friends. We got this. 20 seconds left. Again, maybe you're doing that windmill, touching that opposite hand as you reach down towards that ankle, shin. Let's go, 10 seconds left. Keep working. Working that brain and that body as we touch opposite hand to opposite leg. Boom, rest. So strong. Grab a swig of water, let's stretch it out. Well, awesome job, my friends. We did it. Nice full body workout. Feeling good. We're gonna finish the way we started. We're gonna kind of check in with our body real quick. So wherever you're at, take a big breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. How's our mood now? Are we a little bit more energized? How's our fatigue? How's our cognition? Obviously, we're gonna feel a little tired. You know, we've worked hard. Hopefully our muscles are feeling a little bit looser. Feeling just strong and proud of ourselves. Good, take a big breath in, reach those arms up overhead. Reach up to the ceiling. Exhale it out. Grab behind that chair, clasp hands behind our back. We're gonna open up that chest, inhale through the nose, fill up those lungs, and exhale through the mouth. One more big breath in, opening up that chest. As we exhale, we're gonna round in the back, reach those arms forward. As we stretch, just be proud of yourselves, how you've moved, how your body's moved for you, how strong your arms and legs have been. Good, exhale it out and shake it out. Warrior one, inhale, arms up overhead, palms face each other. Exhale, push those walls away, fingertips up. One arm across our body, rotate in that wrist. Super proud of you, thanks for joining me. Grab a friend next time, do this with a friend. Repetition of workouts is never a bad thing because it just kind of shows maybe your progression of strength or endurance, or you want to try it standing next time. So putting workouts on repeat is great. Shake it. Inhale, warrior one again. Arms up overhead. Exhale, press it wide. This is warrior two. Other arm across our body and rotating that wrist. Now we should be getting in at least 30 minutes of exercise, at least 5 times a week. So maybe you do one of these total body workouts every other day. So maybe 3 times a week. And then the other 2 days, just go for a walk or some sort of a cardio, whether you ride a bike or you roll around or whatever, dance. And then give yourself some time to stretch, do some yoga. Lots of options to keep you moving. Check out my YouTube channel. Lots of options. Good. All right, we're gonna stretch out that lower body. So grab underneath the knee, pull that knee up, rotate in the ankle, point and flex the toe. Good. I've got so many things from workouts under 20 minutes to a little bit more high intensity, so you decide what you need and there you go. And lengthen that leg long, heels in the ground, toes pointed up and reach. Good. Nice stretch in that hamstring. Big breath in and out, get oxygen back to those muscles. Grab underneath that knee, pull the ankle up onto our thigh. Nice little hip stretch here. Feeling my hips and my glutes kind of hinge it forward. Maybe give a little bit of pressure. Obviously, if we've got hip issues, please don't do this stretch. Stretch what you need. But stretching is important, so do not neglect this part of your workout. Let me know what you think about this workout. Throw in a little comment below. I love to hear your feedback. Good. Place that foot on the floor. Other side. Hug underneath that knee. Pull the knee up. Rotate in the ankle. Point and flex the toe. So glad you've worked out with me today. Thanks for being my workout buddy. Exhale, lengthen that leg long. Heels on the ground, toes pointed up and reach. Get a nice stretch. All right. We got new stuff coming all the time. So if you're subscribed, you'll see all of my new videos. Grab underneath that knee, place that ankle on top of that thigh, hinge forward. All right. I hope you make it a great day, the rest of your day, whatever you choose to do. And I hope you join me back for another workout, whether it's this one, a different one. I got another holiday themed one, so go check that one out. It's very different in terms of format. That one's more rep counts, but good way to move. Lots of options, no excuses, no matter what your limitation, you can keep moving, all right? So take a big breath in, reach those arms up overhead. Exhale out, show those muscles. Boom, you're stronger than MS or whatever you're walking through. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you back next time. Bye.